In my crib, I don't do any of the cooking, but I'm the lead dish pig. I'm the president of the cleanup crew. And so leftovers are something that I take very seriously. Uh and there's a few things to consider when it comes to leftovers. Firstly, all right, so you have dinner, right? The table gets cleared, everyone fucks off and you're in the kitchen. So first of all, you're going to make a decision with leftovers. Is there enough to keep? You know, when you've got like half a serve of pasta and you're like, well, I could keep that, but I made the mistake in the past of keeping it and the next day being like, oh, there's this like tiny bit of pasta left. And it's just so unsatisfying. You eat it, you're like, that was fucking nothing. I should have had a muesli bar or something. Like it didn't, I'm still hungry, yet now I've got like a taste of a fucking proper meal. I've had half a lunch. It's fucked me up. So I think that if you are part of the cleanup crew, one of the perks is that if there is a piddly little leftover portion remaining, it's not worth keeping it. Either sling it or fucking scoff it. Go fucking carb loading. Just smash it. Perks of the job. So that's numero uno. Second of all, the the size container. So this is I've thought about this for a while, and really it's a retroactive thing about how I used to be a fucking moron when I was a young Padawan in terms of getting getting I guess being good with fridge space. So sometimes you'd have like leftovers, and I'd get a fucking enormous Tupperware container to house like a tiny little bit of leftovers. You know, when you pull out the Tupperware container and you're like, oh, here we go. We got tons left in here. And it's like half filled. And not because someone's already gone into it halfway. It's because like there wasn't that much to begin with. So for a variety of different reasons, it's important to have different Tupperware containers on hand that cater to different amounts of leftovers because you don't want that disappointment. Also, bear in mind if you're using huge containers for not that much leftovers, you're taking up valuable fridge space. So do yourself a solid. Go to your fucking local Goodwill, get yourself a variety of different Tupperware containers, and so that when you've got leftovers, you can get the right size thing so it fits just right. It's not fucking flowing out the tops, and when you try and put the lid down, it's squidge city around the sides. Fuck that. You need just a good size container to house the leftovers. All right. So that's the next phase. The next phase is kind of thinking about, all right, where is this going to go in the fridge? Because that's really annoying. You've had a good meal, you've got some leftovers, and then the old Tupperware container with the leftovers gets pushed somewhere where it's not visible. And bear in mind, you live with other people. I'm assuming. Let's assume you live with other people. You're a part of the cleanup crew. You're cleaning shit up. You know where you're putting stuff away in the fridge. Others might not know that, or they might forget about it. So you need to have a prominent placing of the leftovers towards the foreground of the fridge scene, so that when someone opens the fridge door, they're like, "Oh yeah, we had Alfredo on Tuesday night. That will be a perfect lunch for me." However, if the Alfredo is fucking stuffed into a weird part of the fridge, ain't nobody seen that. Cut to a week in the future, like, oh fuck, there's some Alfredo in here. Now it's moldy. That would have been great 5 days ago. Now it's got to be slung. It's always disappointing as to be the head of the cleanup crew and have to fucking see leftovers go to waste. And I guess the final little addendum here is that the freezer's your friend. You need to get clarity, and you need to be accurate in terms of Are we getting through these leftovers? Now, let's have an honest conversation here. No judge, but even if you've had a really great meal, think ahead. What's on the horizon? Are you going to be going to the office tomorrow for lunch? Are you going to have lunch with a friend? Like, realistically, while the leftovers are still good, how much are we eating? Because you don't want anything like, let's say you've made a curry or a soup, something that's actually better the next day or the day after. The last fucking thing you want is for you to overestimate how much you're going to be eating over the next couple days. Throw it all in the fridge and then cut to 3 days in the future. You've got like 7 serves in there and maybe like 1.5 is gone. So the other 5.5 servings have to be slung. It's wasted. However, the freezer was just sitting there saying, use me, bitch. I'm your big cold slut. Put your leftovers in me from the original cleanup. So if you'd got honest and said, yeah, the next few days we're really only gonna get through 2 servings of this leftover soup. The other 5 servings, let's put it in the cold slot. Then Bob's your uncle. Wastage eliminated, and yeah, that's the general principle when it comes to leftovers. So, all right, these are free tips. If you want to take this to the next level, I can consult. We can do some direct coaching calls. My fee is a Bitcoin per hour. So talk to my agent. All the details at tommywaite.com. All right. Peace out. Catch you on the next one.